There's one channel that I subscribe to, Connect the Dots, pretty good channel. And they just posted a 9-part series on the economy. And I don't tend to like these things because it just is like, okay, here's another really smart person that kind of sees part of the picture. Part of it's true, part of it's fake, and it just, usually when I watch other people's stuff and I see problems with it, then I end up posting, and then a bunch of people will comment negative shit towards me. But this one is something everybody should watch. It's really odd to see an economist actually know economics. Because it seems like if you want to go to school and learn how to destroy a planet, go to university and take an economics class. If you want to know how to kill people with drugs, go be a doctor. Our education system is not what you think it is, and they'll teach you exactly how to do everything wrong, and then you'll think you're so smart because you have that piece of paper that says, hey, I graduated and I'm a genius and my bank account's really good, so I must know it all. But this girl, I'm really quite impressed with what I've seen. I haven't seen the whole series yet, but I thought I'd make a comment with what I've seen so far, because so far she's been bang on to everything that I've seen. She was talking about this free trade, that if we take all the jobs out of our country and we give them all to, the third world countries that we've been creating for a long time, deprive them of food, shelter, any means to basic needs, and you do that enough years, then when you provide a job, they'll work for nothing, basically. They'll be so friggin' desperate, and that's where we're headed, is that we'll do anything just to feed our kids. And we don't care if it's killing each other. But she's describing that. I described that 20 years ago. I knew that was happening. I was on the front page of newspapers all across Canada. I was on TV, radio for 3 months. So it got some attention, but then it sort of died out. And then, you get caught up in life, and I ended up, when I went back, divorced and went back to school and took programming, this girl is describing my situation perfectly. I'm trying to survive. I'm trying to feed my kids. I got abuse I'm dealing with. No agency that claims to be there to help is actually there. There's no laws. We wonder why women don't leave abuse, that though there's police out there. No. The only time police actually do anything is after you're dead, and then they'll do an investigation just to say that guy did it. There's very good reason why women don't leave abusive situations. Anyways, I'm leaving. I'm dealing with all of this. I'm noticing how bad everything is. I'm noticing that the newspapers won't print anything about the truth, and I'm in shock. And but I still need to survive. My kids still need food. I've graduated programming, and I ended up taking this job while there was no jobs to be found. This was way before about a year before the boom in Alberta. I just graduated, and there were 0 jobs to be had. And just coming out of programming school, you don't really know too much. So it's kind of challenging to get a job. But I'm like, can do it all. Focus on the positive, make everything happen. There's nothing I can't do. And that's where I'm pulling off a lot of the experiences that I've had, that I've been able to create whatever the hell I wanted to create. Now I'm in a position where, okay, I see how bad things are that I couldn't do it. And this girl on this video gives a really, really good explanation for it. Anyways, she was saying that we take our jobs out. I fell into that. I ended up taking a job where these programmers that were working there were going to lose their job, and because of me. I was going to be the more project manager, and I was going to work with programmers that they were hiring in India. And as soon as I knew what I was doing, all of these guys would lose their jobs. Now, do you think it was easy for me to find out about the system? I'm fresh out of school, don't know much, And the only way I can find out what's going on is through these guys that are about to get fired. This was like summer. It's like 30 Celsius, and I have to wear a winter coat to work because they turned the air conditioning full blast, and I had to wear a winter coat in the summer while I worked. The owners of the company, you know, dipshits, it's called Voodoo Computers. I'd write an email to them and tell them they're idiots. They made my life a living friggin' hell. Meanwhile, I had an abusive husband that daily was causing abuse that I had to deal with, that nobody was stopping. So anyways, I didn't last long at that job. It was like you couldn't be in court and deal with these people at the same time and keep your head, you know. It was just really stupid why management, you know, been in business for a long time, but that particular year, the only way the computers can run is if it's ice cold in the building. Like, where's your fucking head? But anyways, that's what we all do, is you need to survive, and you'll take whatever job knowing that you taking that job is going to eventually destroy your whole friggin' economy. She describes it perfectly, and I fell into that same thing, even though I knew it was wrong. I was, you know, you have to survive, so you do the same thing. She also describes a situation with a bunch of religious people, you know, and she basically said, okay, if we did everything right, if we stopped, you know, our kids from doing drugs, you know, it's like, it's a button thing. Listen for it in this video. Like, you've got two buttons, a red button and I think it was a blue button or whatever. Which button would you push? If you had the opportunity to stop your children from having drugs, and there's absolutely no crime in the world, but you lose your wealth, would you push that button? And all of these religious people said, no, I'd rather take my wealth, you know, let the kids do drugs. The only reason they're wealthy is because the kids are doing drugs. But she puts the dots together so you can see, and that's why I'm saying religion is killing people, because religious people tend to, you know, they usually are doing well financially. They think they're living a good life and that God is providing for them. You know, but yet evil is out there, you know, trying to get you to sell your soul. And what's the benefit of selling your soul? The wealth! You know, but, and it's in your Bibles. Read your Bibles. It'll guide you right towards hell. And you'll think it's God doing it, but it's evil. She goes into an awful lot of, there was one point that I just had to stop and make this video, and I completely forgot. So I'm trying to backtrack. It's 9-part series, and I'm not about to take notes. I'm doing way too much as I'm sort of watching it in the background. But it's well worth watching this. I haven't seen it all, and I'd really like to see what her idea of a solution is. I'll be posting my comments on the videos, because so far I'm agreeing with everything. That doesn't happen too often. And it's funny how she's going from drugs to, you know, religion. She's hitting a lot of the reasons why we're doing everything that's wrong. But my main thing is we all got to be pushing the right buttons. This is one of the reasons why I can't get out and work, is because now I see, in order for me to get off this welfare system, in this current system, is I have to go out there and push a button that I know is destroying the planet. And it's like, when you know better, you just can't do it. You have these business rules. It is a psychology. It is a psychosomatic that psychosomatically you are doing everything that's wrong only because of the rules. What you believe to be true is making you do what you're doing. But as soon as you see that, oh my God, I'm cutting my own throat. Oh my God, I'm killing my own children. I can't do that. You know, but most people won't understand that. And I truly believe that within the consciousness of anybody that's homeless, that can't get out in society, they have seen this picture, but they do not have the language that explains it to news media, or, you know, nobody wants wanted to know this information 20 years ago. Trust me. Nobody wanted to know this information 10 years ago. Very few people want to know this information today. You want to bitch and complain, but you don't want to really know what it takes to fix things. You have to understand the causes in order to fix it. But once you understand it, then it's in your face. And every time you make a move, and it's, if you're working, anybody who's watching this right now, if you've got a job, trust me, there's very, very few jobs that are not destroying you, your family, and the planet. So, it's a survival. You got to do what you got to do to survive, but in the meantime, you're killing yourself. So, give this a watch. I sure hope you see that button situation, because if you can put your brain around that, it may just jolt you into quitting your job. And there is hope. And I don't know if she's telling this, but it's just the structure of how we do things. And it's our belief that, you're only on this planet because of money. And if you just shift that, I'm not here because of money. I'm here to enjoy life. I'm here to love life. Then you can still work in a functioning type economic system. It's not that hard of a fix. It's just your corporate structures that need to change. And everything that we need, I need to go out and, get a job. I still need food. I still need clothes. I still need stuff. So as long as I need stuff to survive with, that means there's jobs out there. And I would prefer to spend my money on a new structured corporation than the old structured corporations. So give me that option. We need to get to work doing what we love doing, but not within these current structures. We got to make our own structure. I don't think it's all that hard. I'm hoping that she sees this and probably does a much better job describing it than I did. Peace out.